Hello and welcome back to Overland Outfitting. I'm Fred.
I'm Dave.
We are here in late October at the studio inside the ambulance, and it is the first cold snap, the first signs of late autumn winter weather coming in for us. We got potentially a snow storm coming here tonight. We do have snow up in the high country further north already. And this gives us a good opportunity to talk about how Dave here needs to think about and maybe prepare a little bit more for the winter. So without further ado, let me get behind the camera, and Dave, you can just take a moment to talk about them, address them how you want to.
You bet.
All right.
Well, one of the things we did recently is we put a door in between the pass-through.
That's up front there, right?
Right. It had a swinging door here. We took that out for the step, and then we just put this door in, made our own track, and it just slides shut like that. We had an issue that this really came in handy. Not only is it a very nice thing for closing off the cab in the wintertime, so you have your living area isolated, but we had a mouse problem, and we got a few mice in the cab of the truck, and this door prevented them from coming on in here and making nests or whatever they do
In the living quarters
in the
here.
living quarters, yeah. So
Okay.
this is a really nice thing. It also protects or keeps us warm in here, like I said earlier, and it's kind of a nice addition. And
More privacy, more security, and this mouse issue was recent.
yes, mice tend to find a warm place when it starts getting cold. So what we've found to combat the mouse problem are dryer sheets. I think you brought that up to me the other day, and so they don't like the smell, and so I put dryer sheets inside the engine compartment, lifted the hood, and then I put a few around the dash and the seats, just in case they come in that far, and that should keep them away. But the reason the mice, reason they come in is because they're looking for salt. And the wiring has some kind of a component to it that's salty, so they tend to chew the wires. We've learned over the years that you can just take a Ziploc bag and put a little bit of rock salt, like a little coarser than table salt, but you can still use table salt. Put the salt in there, set it under your vehicle, under the engine area, and the mice will go to that, and they won't even venture any farther.
Stay away from the wiring at that
Yeah,
point.
they will.
That's got a lot of application for any vehicle, not just here
Right.
in the ambulance or in the vans that we're working on or anything.
Sure, we use that a lot off-road because we found that marmots and other squirrels and different things would get in our vehicles, tend to chew our steering wheels and all those kinds of things. The bag of salt takes care of that.
Oh, excellent! Very excellent tip, Dave. What else? What else have you learned in the last couple of months here with your experience and spending so much time in here?
One of the things we're experiencing here are these nice lights. This is my second set. They come in a little pack. They're LED lights. We get them off Amazon, 6-pack. They're kind of interesting because they have their own remote control. Now, because I've had 2 sets of them, I got an extra set of remote controls. They work really nice for a while. And sometimes they start, some of them, not all of them, but some of them burn out. And they have like 5 LEDs or 8 or something in here. And they get down to 2 or 3 and they flicker and then they go out. So only way to repair that is to either have extras or you buy more. Amazon has been excellent about replacing them at free of charge. It's still kind of a hassle, and if you're out someplace, it's kind of a problem. So The other thing that we've noticed is that these aren't real expensive LEDs. The remote controls are on one frequency. So if you pull into an RV park or campground and there's 4 different vehicles that you don't know that are using the same lights, you can control their lights. And I've had that happen where I'm sitting here and all of a sudden my lights go out.
You had that happen?
I did have that happen.
Okay.
Luckily, it was a friend of mine, and he was just fooling with his lights, and he went up and down and up and down with them, and my lights went up and down, so on and off. So that's something to keep in mind also.
Yeah, that's funny, especially if you're working on builds and or helping other folks with theirs.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just don't know what you're doing to someone else. These remotes also work at a great distance, so we've walked out to our gate out here about at least 150 feet away, and the remotes still control the lights. They'll still dim the lights inside the RV, so they're pretty neat. But you know, you can mess somebody else up and not even know it.
But these may not be the solution.
I think we're going to keep looking, and if we find the right thing that we really like, we'll feature those also.
Sounds good. All right, Dave, one of the things I want to ask you about is, what do you got going on the stove here?
Maybe I shouldn't tell anybody about this, but it's such a cool thing. I'm the only kid in the RV right now, so if you had small children, maybe it wouldn't be such a good thing. But I'm only going to touch it once, and then if it's hot. This is a little piece of metal that I rolled. It's a piece of stainless steel, and I just stick it in here, and I turn a burner on. Yeah, it's a fancy little post here to hold the lid up. And I just turn a burner on, and it kicks all the heat right out here. And it doesn't go up on top. This all stays cool. The ceiling stays cool. It just kicks a little warm in here in the morning for just a quick warm up. It isn't my heat source. So it's kind of funny. But,
right, it's an easy way to go. That's excellent.
And if you, when you watch the video on all these stoves and stuff, they warn you, they say, don't use your stove as a heating appliance. And I'm kind of pushing the limits here a little bit.
Well, that's okay. Like you said, in certain circumstances where it's very safe and you don't have, you're not using it as the sole source of heat. But like you said, just warm things up in the morning.
Right. It just it's a very easy thing, and then I just stow it away. And you know, when I'm done, I wait for this to cool down. And then it's last top.
Excellent. And it is quieter, even though your heater isn't that loud. It is quieter than the diesel heater.
Absolutely.
So, yep. So that's nice. All right. FYI tip. Okay, Dave. Well, that's fantastic. Is there anything else that you thought was important to address before winter is fully upon us here?
Well, we'd like to think that our RV is perfect and nothing ever goes wrong. We had some leaks, and they weren't in the main box. That seems to be fine. It's in this addition that I put on here for the bed, and they were just little, like a hairline leak or a crack along a seam on the outside, someplace that I hadn't seen before. And I went over those with Elastomeric, a roofing product, and I just painted it on, and it sealed up the leaks. It was surprising though, because I wasn't expecting it. I thought I really had it sealed, and that's just something that you need to check on your RV. You need to go over all the seams on the outside, especially on the top, and make sure that they're not going to give you a problem. And where I noticed it in here is there was a little staining on the wood, and that I'll have to probably sand out or do find some product to take those stains away.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a huge thing. It was just shocking that I thought I had the perfect RV here. There's never a perfect RV.
Okay, folks. Well, there you have it. Winter's coming. Dave's pretty well all prepped. He hasn't had to make a whole lot of changes, and basically the lights are something that would happen any time of the year.
Sure.
Fortunately, you are well insulated, and you've got multiple heating options, as we've seen. And looking forward to continuing our work through the winter. We got some exciting things coming up with the shop, new additions to the shop.
Yeah, we do.
Taking over and setting up another bay. And folks, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as you wish. We hope that you are getting off to a good holiday season coming up, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a great day.
Bye.
Dave, can we see a quick demo of that?
You bet. You just turn this on. There you go. Just like that. Heat all comes out here. This stays cold right here. And this gets a little bit warm, but not much. It's never too hot to touch, and this is cold. Otherwise, it would be too much heat on our lights, but it just funnels the heat right out here. And so it's a nice little warm up in the morning, and it's just that easy.
That's fantastic, Dave. Thanks for the demo.
Sure.